So I want to ask you guys some questions first, just to think about. Have you ever noticed that English speakers don't say each word separately? If you are talking to a native speaker or watching a movie or reading a book, or not reading a book, just listening, then you can notice that English speakers often do not say each word. And have you ever had a hard time understanding English speakers because of this? Maybe especially when they are speaking very quickly, it could be easy to have a hard time understanding. And why is that? That is because English speakers use many linked sounds. So we're going to talk about this today, linked sounds. What are they? When and where do we use them? And how can that help your speaking and listening? So let's talk about this question first. What is a linked sound? Linking is a pronunciation or speaking technique or speaking strategy that allows speakers to say words smoothly together. So maybe in your language, you also use linked sounds, and it helps to make the flow of your speech better, and you can speak faster, and so on. When linked together, the words sound like one continuous word. And we're going to see that today, what happens when we do that. Using linked words when speaking English can make your speech sound much more fluent and natural. This is something that can be very difficult to really learn well. So we're going to start practicing today, and in the future, after this lesson, I hope that it helps you to have better listening and think about the way that you're speaking a bit more. So let's begin. We are going to take a look at this sentence. Okay, so just read it to yourself quickly. Okay, I wonder how you read it. So I'm going to read it one way and another way, and which one sounds more natural? Okay, number 1. Do you remember that time when Anna and Amy fell in the swimming pool? Okay, and number 2. Do you remember that time when Anna and Amy fell in the swimming pool? So which one do you think sounded more natural? In the second one, I did use linked sounds, and it sounds more like a native speaker, right? Natural speaking. So we're going to come back to this sentence a lot today, but we're going to be looking at the different ways that we link sounds together. So there are many types of linked sounds, but in order to talk about them, first let's talk about these two words, vowels and consonants. So these two words are about the English alphabet. Vowels are the letters A, E, I, O, and U, and sometimes we use Y as a vowel as well. And consonants are all the other letters, B, C, D, F, G, and so on. So all the other letters. So anything that's not a vowel is a consonant. And this will be important to remember so you can understand what exactly we're looking at. So what are the types of linked sounds in English? We're going to talk about 4 today. We're going to talk about linking to consonants, linking similar consonant sounds, linking consonants to vowels, and linking to vowel sounds. So let's go through step by step and talk about each of these types of linked sounds. Okay, first we're going to talk about linking to consonants. And remember, consonant is any letter that is not a vowel. So A-E-I-O-U, vowel. All the other 21 letters, consonants. Okay. So let's think back to that sentence. In the sentence it said, do you remember that time? So how many times would I pronounce the T sound in this phrase, that time? Would I say that time? Or listen to how I say it, that time. So when one word ends with a consonant sound and the next one starts with the same consonant, like T and T here, right? End of this word, beginning of this word, same consonant, we link the words. This can be a little tricky. We kind of mute or very just kind of end the T here and pronounce the first T or the first consonant of the next word. So again, I would not say that time. I would say that time, that, right? So I don't say the T at the end of that time. Let's look at a few more examples to help you understand. Okay, here we have the words red and dress. So D is a consonant. Red ends in a D, and our next word starts with a D. So I would not say red dress. I would say red dress. Just like that time, red dress, right? At the D, that hard D sound, I just do at the beginning of the second word. So these sounds are linked. That time, red dress. Let's see a few more. Next we have cheap place. So again, we have ends with the consonant P, and the next word starts with the consonant P. So we link these sounds, linking, putting them together. So I would not say cheap place. I would say cheap place. Cheap place. So notice that I don't say the P at the end of cheap in a very hard way. It just blends, links to that next P consonant. Cheap place. And the last one we'll look at, because we can do this with any consonant, feel lucky. So here my consonant, right, end with L. Next word begins with L, same, so we link. So I would not say feel lucky. I would say feel lucky. So you can hear how that links, right? It almost sounds like one word, feel lucky. And I'm sure you can tell if you do not know about linked sounds and you have not heard these words before, if someone is speaking fast, you might say, wait, what did you say? Feel lucky? What's feel lucky? So let's look at how this works in a sentence. So I'm going to say it using the linked sounds. Don't wear your red dress to that cheap place. So notice how that sounds different than if I did not use linked sounds and said, don't wear your red dress to that cheap place. Don't wear your red dress to that cheap place. Okay? All right. One thing to be careful about is words don't have to end with the same letter. That is a good tip, and that is always the case, but it's also true when they end with the same sound, the same consonant sound. So for example, the word nice ends in CE, but that's an S sound, right? And here we have the word suit. So we basically have S and S. So I would not say nice suit. I would say, let's link them, nice suit. Nice suit. Next we see look cool. So we have the k sound. Even though it's a K and a C, same sound, same k sound. So I would not say look cool. I would say look cool. And last one, quite tall. So here ends in E, but we don't hear that E, right? We just hear the T sound. And we have T at the end of quite and T at the beginning of tall. So we would say quite tall. Notice how that T, that T sound was at the beginning of tall, quite tall. So let's put it together. You look cool in that nice suit. So do you hear how that's different than you look cool in that nice suit? You look cool in that nice suit, right? Blending the words, linking them together. Okay, one thing to be careful about is we can do this for almost all consonants and almost all consonant sounds, but we do not link the ch and j sounds. For example, each choice. So here we have the ch sound, but we cannot link this sound. So I would say each choice. And with the j sound, like orange, juice. I would not say orange juice. I still have to keep them separate. Orange juice. So let's see it in a sentence. Each choice you make is important. So notice there you do hear the ch 2 times. Each choice. Each choice. And let's see with our j. Do you want orange juice or cranberry juice? So you did hear both of these. Orange juice, right? Got to say them both. So just be careful. These are the only two that we can't link though. So you can with all other consonants. Okay, so that's the first way. Let's talk about our second way, which is linking similar consonant sounds. So you can also link similar consonant sounds. You can link same, but also similar sounds. So let's take a look at this word, cheese sandwich. So here cheese ends with a z sound and sandwich starts with s. These are two similar sounds. One is voiced, which means we use our voice to make the sound z. And if we don't use our voice, s, we get the s sound. So we can also link these sounds. So I would not say cheese sandwich. I would say cheese sandwich. Cheese sandwich, right? I link those similar sounds. Okay, next we have the words breathe and through. So here we have the voiced th, breathe, and unvoiced through. So these are very similar sounds. It's just using our voice or not using our voice. Same, just like z, same. So we can also link these sounds. Breathe through. Breathe through. And notice we're still using the sound of the second word. Just like cheese sandwich, we say that S. So when we link sounds, we strongly say the letter of the second word. So these are examples of voiced and unvoiced linked sounds. S, z, v, th, right? Same mouth position, just using my voice or not using my voice. We can also link. So let's see these in a sentence. I could really go for a cheese sandwich. I could really go for a cheese sandwich. So I didn't say that Z sound, cheese, very strongly, right? But we linked the sounds, cheese sandwich. Okay, and next, breathe through your nose. So even though I would say this word as breathe and this word as through, when we link them, breathe through your nose. Interesting, right? So we can also link other voiced and unvoiced pairs like d and t. I need 2 kilos of chicken. So here, need 2. So I would not say I need 2. I need 2 kilos of chicken. So I'm really pronouncing that T and linking these sounds. We can do it with k and g, voiced, unvoiced and voiced. So here we're going to see it with the phrase dark green. The water was a dark green color. Dark green. So there again, really saying that G and linking my similar consonant sounds. Just 2 more for this. We have P and B, unvoiced and voiced. So here we're going to look at sleep better. I sleep better on the weekends. right? I really say that B. I sleep better. The P and the B, so similar. I sleep better on the weekends. And last, unvoiced and voice, F and V, F and V. So here we're going to be looking at, yes, our enough vacation. Okay, so I could say enough vacation, but let's hear it in a sentence. Do you have enough vacation time? Do you have enough vacation time? So the F and the V kind of blend together. We link them, enough vacation time. And I really say that V, right? So this is the second way, similar consonant sounds, and we're using it with our voiced and unvoiced pairs, like D and T, P and B, and so on. Okay, third, we have two more. This is number 3, and after this, number 4. So number 3, linking consonants to vowels. So remember, vowels are A, E, I, O, U. So this is when a word ends in a consonant, like T or D or B. The next word starts with a vowel, A, E, I, O, U, and we link them. So let's look again at our sentence that we started with. Do you remember that time when Anna and Amy fell in the swimming pool? Okay, so I showed you at the beginning, what is the more natural way to say it, 1 or 2? And the more natural way is, do you remember that time when Anna and Amy fell in the swimming pool? So here we're doing a lot of consonant to vowel linking, and it can make this middle part sound very difficult to hear the words. So let's take a look. So we know that time, right? Consonant, consonant, that time. Really say that second T. Do you remember that time? Okay, next, this middle part, we have a lot of consonant to vowel. When ends in N, consonant. Next word A, link. When Anna. And then we have and ends in a D. Amy begins with an A, and Amy. Here we have fell ends in L, and the next word in begins with I, fell in the swimming pool. So here we see we have 3 linked sounds. When Anna and Amy fell in. When Anna and Amy fell in. Instead of when Anna and Amy fell in, right? So let's look a little closer at consonant and vowel linking, which is one of the most common and can be difficult to understand. Imagine I'm saying this sentence very quickly. It can be hard to know the words. When Anna and Amy fell in. If you are just listening, huh? What? So let's get some practice. I'm going to show you 3 sentences, and let's see the difference when we link consonants to vowels. So number 1, there's an elephant in the garden. So here, there's ends in S, N begins in A, there's N. Okay, but we also have an ends in N, and elephant begins with E, there's an elephant. So we can do it for many words in a row. Here, elephant ends in T, in begins with I, elephant in, or elephant in. The garden, we can't link that. So here it would sound like there's an elephant in the garden. There's an elephant in the garden. Okay, let's look at number 2. I ate an apple and 2 pears. Okay, tip. We do not only do this with consonant letters at the end, but consonant sounds. So ate ends in a T. So we're still linking I ate an. I ate in. Then we have N linking to A. Here, apple ends in L, ol sound, right? We're not looking at the E, we're looking at the sound, apple. And next word starts with A, and we can link that too. So this would sound like I ate an apple and 2 pears. All those sounds linked together. I ate an apple and 2 pears. And you can hear how this helps me to speak quicker and communicate a little bit better. Okay. And last, these are the best tomatoes I've ever had. So here we have This ends in the Z sound, these, which links to our A. These are. We have our two consonants linking here, best tomatoes. Here, tomatoes ends in S, I've, I, tomatoes, I. And again, V sound, I've ever. So this sentence, these are the best tomatoes I've ever had. Notice how that sounds different than these are the best tomatoes I've ever had. These are the best tomatoes I've ever had. So this can be a little tricky to get the hang of, but one thing to notice is, yeah, we write words separately with spaces between them, but in speech, you can easily think of the consonant sound being at the start of the second word. So it's almost like this S is at the start of N. It's almost like this N is at the start of elephant. It's almost like the N sound is at the beginning of in. There's an elephant, right? There's an elephant in the garden. So it's almost like that next word is starting with that consonant sound. Okay, whew, it's a lot today. So last one is linking to vowel sounds. So here we have the sentence, he asked me for 2 avocados. So let me show you here how we would link vowel sounds. Here we have 2 vowels, right? Ends with an E, begins with an A. And here ends with an O, begins with an A. He asked me for 2 avocados. Interesting. So we can add the W sound or the Y sound depending on the 2 vowels. So here with 2 avocados, we link the sounds with W, 2 avocados. So it's almost like we have a W sound in there, 2 avocados. With he asked, we link with the Y sound, he asked. So it's almost like we have a Y in there, a Y sound, he asked. Okay, so here's another one. See, Andy. Do you think, would I link this with a W sound or a Y sound? Here we have E to A. Here, I would link with the Y sound, see Andy. That yeah, when we have an E and an A sound, yeah, so we link with the Y. How about go out? What would make sense here, a W sound or a Y sound? Here also with W, go out. When we have our 2 O's, go out. It's like we have a W there. So let's see this in a sentence. I'm going to see Andy this weekend. Shall we go out to get something to eat? So here we saw, right? My Y sound, and here my W sound. Okay, so remember, our types of linked sounds are linking to consonants like T to T, linking similar consonant sounds like S and Z, linking consonants to vowels like the letter B to the letter E, and linking vowel sounds with that W or Y. Okay, so last practice. I hope you guys try to figure this out while we go through them. Number 1, I want 2 apples and 1 big grapefruit. Oh my gosh, there's so much here. So we'll go through them. Number 1, I'll say it naturally and see if you can figure out where the linked sounds are. I want 2 apples and 1 big grapefruit. There's a lot of linking here. I think this whole sentence is linked. So first we have consonant, consonant. Here we have vowel, vowel. Here we have consonant, vowel, and consonant, consonant. I want 2 apples and 1 big grapefruit, right? Pronouncing that second consonant strongly. I want 2 apples and 1 big grapefruit. Make sure to practice on your own, and you can always rewind the video and practice along with me. Okay, number 2, both the windows are broken. Okay, so what do we see here? I'll say it naturally. Let's see if you can figure it out. Both the windows are broken. Both the windows are broken. So here we have a similar consonant sound, the th and th, our th voiced and unvoiced. And here we would link the S and the A, windows are. So we would say both the windows are broken, right? Pronouncing this, both the windows are broken. Okay, number 3, my friend isn't going to be on time. Quite a few here as well, so I'll say it naturally. Let's see if you can get it. My friend isn't going to be here on, my friend isn't going to be on time. My friend isn't going to be on time. So first we have our consonant to vowel. My friend isn't. And then we have vowel to vowel. Beyond, like that y sound. My friend isn't going to be on time. Be on time. Okay, number 4, I can't tell when Neil's joking. So here we have 2 consonants. Let's see if you can hear it. I can't tell when Neil's joking. Here, TT. I can't tell when Neil's joking. And again, really pronouncing that second one the strongest. I can't tell when Neil's joking. Okay, last one. These are the best tomatoes I've ever had. We did do this one. Let's see if we can figure out again. These are the best tomatoes I've ever had. Oh, a lot here. We have our Z to A. These are best tomatoes, 2 T's. I've ever had. So there we have consonant to vowel, consonant sound to vowel. These are the best tomatoes I've ever had. Okay, guys. So a lot of linked sounds, but this is a great way to improve your speaking and your listening. So I hope you learned something valuable, and I hope you get lots of practice using this video.